And also, they have a drawing tool in Roll20, and you can draw dicks on the map because they do line of sight. So if there's like a pillar here, you can't see past that, and you can secretly draw a shit ton of dicks there. And then when your characters progress, holy shit, there's a bunch of dicks that appeared out of nowhere. I may or may not have done that.
Because we are all 15.
There's no may not.
Well, what happened is weird adult / child foot.
So Lisa's foot.
Wait, is that you're 6 foot or you're like 8 foot?
So Lisa's foot from like the arch down, like the heel part of it, is like normal adult sized, but the other half of the end of it is child sized. Like we both had our shoes off on the coffee table earlier, and like this much of her foot is the exact same size as mine, and I wear size 8.5.
Okay, we're squished.
And she wears like 6 and boys.
Well, like
because she has like a little mutilated.
On one hand,
on one foot.
on one
She's
foot,
gonna show you. Like from here down.
Child foot, adult foot, child foot, adult foot.
She's not wrong.
Her mother bound her feet.
Adult foot, child's foot.
so when they said that, we were just going to talk about whatever, I didn't anticipate.
Feet?
Literally whatever.
You didn't think this?
We were going
where's
to
my
have a
shoe now?
conversation about Lisa's horrifically malformed feet.
You don't wear shoes, you wear Crocs.
no. Well, okay, I remember him when he was in basketball. Because it was his brother was in my class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
His brother was in my class, and we're like, oh, that's his Zach's brother.
At 6'3", I'm the shortest one in my family.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom actually took me to specialists when I was like a toddler because she thought I had dwarfism. So when I went to kindergarten, in order to get the pants large enough around to fit me, she would then cut them off at the knees and then roll them up. From my hip to my ankle was like that far.
Can't even picture that.
I'd love
So basically, between the ages of 5 and like 20, I gained like 10 pounds.
You just kept getting taller.
I just got
stretching it out.
5.5 feet taller.
Right.
Yeah, I was rotund.
I love that.
Damn it, your joints must have really hurt when you started growing.
My mother described me as a basketball with shoes.
You're a Cartman.
Yes, I was Cartman. You guys just wrapped up your your Ravenloft campaign.
Yes, we did.
Yes,
a couple
I
days
did.
ago.
I got to play all of maybe like 10 games out of the whole thing.
What are you guys doing now?
So about halfway through, I was going through the D&D books and stuff, and I came across Princes of the Apocalypse, and I read up on it, and it seemed like something I would enjoy, so I pushed that like heroin on the group.
So that's what's happening. Okay.
Yeah, so because
one of the other players is going to be DM, so our previous one, Dave, can actually be a player.
Right.
So that's the plan. It's going to be weird, though, because our last campaign, we all just decided to be evil people, and then we went to a place that was full of evil, so we were not all that weird. Like, our decisions were just like, everyone's going,
checks out.
Why do we pay you to work for us instead of we should arrest you? They're like, can you arrest people for us? Because you seem like you're capable.
So I decided to be a bard. So I decided to be a bard, and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I was telling Geri, I'm like, so like after the tavern, like someone's like after party, and I'm like, all right, I'll go to the after party, and someone else is like, well, I'm going here. I'm like, well, you're my ride, so I'll go with you. And I was like explaining, and she's like, so you're a bard, and you're playing as Vickers, and I'm like, Oh, fuck. I
Yeah.
just created him.
But as a backseat, so a cat version of Vickers. Because her parents,
fat
her parents'
cat as well.
Yeah, her parents' cat and Vickers
I see
had
no
a baby,
lies.
and that's her. Yes.
I got nothing. I got nothing. That is kind of fucking amazing.
My character was built, it was a tortured character. Like, her whole thing was being a teacher of pain, very specifically a follower of Leviatar, so she was, I'm probably saying all this wrong, so I don't know, I just read words in books.
I do believe that is reading.
Right, but I read it, but I don't know how I don't hear it out loud, so I'm just like,
Sure.
Anyway, so it was a paladin, but follower of the pain goddess or something. So I was teaching people the things they were doing wrong in the world by showing them the pain they were causing, which is why I was an evil character. I thought I was doing good, but I really wasn't.
Where you go, well, yeah, let's just wait another turn or two till she hits the ground, and then we'll heal her. Rather,
Well, we had her nightmare drag her off into the corner and curb stomp her. And then I healed her.
Which, if that happened, the nightmare had to have died immediately, or disappeared immediately, because that was a fine steed. So.
That is one way of handling.
So many times I'd send my steed off to well, let's see if it's safe over there. Nope, not safe. Disappeared. Let's not go there right now because we could use the ethereal because my nightmare would take us there.
So you're okay. Let me get this straight. You're a paladin, and you're using your divine steed, which as a fucking canary in the mind. This ethereal creature.
Hey,
you go in. That was not good.
If I'm willing to take the last hit so everyone can heal, so is my steed.
Fair enough.
I'm not asking them to do anything I wasn't going to do. And I could spend a little bit of time and bring her back the exact same one. If she was cursed or blessed, the same curse or blessing lasted. It was the same one.
All right. That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair.
Right. I'm only going to bother getting involved.
Because things would get feared if they were too close to her, and then she'd
if they got afraid of me, then they couldn't move. But basically, it was everyone got a bonus to their saves, which was massive for being near me and that kind of stuff. But it just ended up to where it was like, I'm only going to get involved if it's worth my time. That's what it looks like, right?
Nice.
So now my character just leveled up and got a familiar, so I have a little imp to go with my nightmare horse and my tiefling evilness, and I have blood splatters on me because I just want to look terrifying. So I have the Arcana Loth we murdered on my shoulder, and the head. I took the head off on my shoulder, and I think I have a what is that? The classic thing with all the eye stalks that's on the cover of every...
the beholder?
Yeah, I have one of the eye stalks in my belt, just hanging out of the belt because I had to hack it off so I could have a trophy.
Yeah, that is.
But on the bright side, most of our campaign, she reeked so bad it didn't matter what kind of bloody stuff I kept.
Oh yeah, she smelled like garbage. She literally smelled like
one of
trash.
the gifts that I took.
They're supposed to be called curses, but they're gifts.
Made me smell like garbage because there was an adverse effect, and I took a lot of.
So she ended up covered in oily hair. She was covered in oily hair. No, she was a drow. Covered in oily hair.
Oily black hair.
Smelling like garbage with no eyes.
Played in a third ed game 1,200 years ago, where we had a half-orc monk in the party who was, raised in a monastery and then, came to the city and then learned all of these wonderful, colorful metaphors that he would use in the completely inappropriate times, and
that takes some special.
So someone with brain damage that inappropriately laughs at the wrong time.
So we're all packed into the stagecoach with the local baron as we're going along, and the half-orc monk, is crushed into the back, and, he's just, wow. I believe it is, how do they say, tighter than a halfling whore in a human brothel?
So me.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you're describing me, my manager, that I was sweating more than a whore on dollar day. But it was really hot at work in the summer, so that's my.
Right, but you don't say it awkwardly. You say it with just pride.
It's an accurate description. It really gives you an idea how I feel.
You guys play with what is it? Roll20?
Yes.
Yeah. I get very confused because you're all in the same room at the table with a digital.
So we both were very anti taking our characters and putting it into Roll20 for different reasons. I like paper. I like to be able to look at all my spells and all that. Finally started using the character mancer in there, and the parts that are in there already, I can click on a spell and it'll give me the description right there. I don't have to find it in the book. So that actually speeds up, the people that you have in your party who don't know their spells well enough or their skills, it means you're not.
Or they multi-class all of a sudden and they're
it does speed up that part of it. It also means the DM can look at the character sheets and their spells that are available and plan and whatnot accordingly without having to get copies of your character sheets all the time. So that part I like. I do dislike having a screen between you and everyone else the whole time, because it means you're kind of doing this and it's not the same experience as having it on a tabletop. And I just like the tabletop part of tabletop role playing.
Yeah. But I was just, when I heard you guys were all using Roll20, I'm like, but you're in the same room at the same table. I literally, what, and Dave's talked a lot about it, and a few other people have talked about it, and Drew has talked, and I'm like, all right, I guess. And I wasn't sure.
I'm old. Get off my lawn. Yeah, I don't like this.
I feel that way.
I don't usually I don't really often play with maps or miniatures for a game. I'm like, no, it's just all theater of the mind. It's just narrative dialogue. Just describe.
In the beginning of our campaign, we there's an area that we went through this mansion, and we missed a lot, and we kept getting confused with all the stairways and multi-levels and stuff, and and a lot of us were really new.
There's a second floor balcony level, and in Dave's mind he had it pictured fine, but all of us pictured it differently. So in instances like that, it helps
because he had all the descriptions and we didn't.
But I have played the Theater of the Mind one, and my first game was with Travis, who was DMing, and he did the tabletop with the map and the tokens and stuff when it was necessary. He also had a soundtrack playing the whole time, so if we're on the ship and it's raining, there'd be rain and some epic music if it was about to be epic and all that kind of thing. That's a completely different kind of experience, and I really loved that about that game. And having this one, it's a different thing because you're on a computer and you don't have that same we're all chatting over a tavern table experience because I definitely see that part. The technology isn't necessary for the game, but it is helpful for referencing all of the details because my character's so complex at this point. I totally forgot I could do this thing, but it's okay, the details are there. I don't have to stop the game to pull it up in a book.
And also, they have a drawing tool in Roll20, and you can draw dicks on the map. Because they do line of sight, so if there's a pillar here, you can't see past that, and you can secretly draw a shit ton of dicks there, and then when your characters progress, holy shit, there's a bunch of dicks that appeared out of nowhere. I may or may not have done that.
Because we are all 15.
There's no may not.
What happened is Dave made the mistake of mentioning that other games characters had done this.
And I didn't know that there was a drawing option until that happened.
She bought into Roll20 in that moment.
That was the sold.
Yes.
I was sold on Roll20.
On the map.
Yeah.
I'm in.
My only problem
big purple dicks.
Big purple.
Found exactly the how everyone's needs are. Like, okay, this person needs to have their space or whatever. Like, nope. Here's how everyone's quirks work exactly this way.
Like that's part of the thing about a gaming group and a good gaming group is that it is so much more involved in the social contract and the interactions above and beyond the game. You know,
And it's not like we don't have issues outside. Like, I mean, we're still humans, you know.
Right.
But when it comes to game, we're like, no, we can game like civil adults, and we're good. It's good.
Yeah.
And see, I missed all that because, of course, I only ended up playing like 10 or 15 actual games because all of a sudden my Sundays weren't free. I signed up for this game. Like, yeah, no problem. I do nothing on Sundays. This is perfect. And then all
your
of a
life
sudden,
actually had some.
we only,
changes,
we're only supposed to be filming for like, it's just about 6 weeks or so. 3 months later. 6 months later. Yeah.
So, did you hear about this last week? I know it's not the game you normally play, but
I mean, I've played it.
right.
But, yeah.
But did you hear about this last one? Was it Ryan who wanted a level 8 difficulty on that one?
Yeah.
So we did a border war, which is level 8, which is way overdone for one ship trying to defend 2 bases.
Yeah.
They had 8 bases, surrounded by a pile of stuff for each base. So we knew it was a suicide thing, but we're just, how long can we survive?
Yeah.
So we get to the point where, okay, we're not going to survive. We've defended the bases for a minute. We're proud of how long that lasted, but now they're out, so we don't have any other supplies. There's nothing else unless we happen to kill a thing and collect an anomaly thing from them.
Right. There was.
So our best chance is maybe we'll kill a thing. Maybe we can take out one of their bases. This is when we suspend disbelief and go, might as well try. So we head to the most southern base, and it's surrounded by a bunch of stuff. We somehow take out their base, and they only have one ship left that is destroying us. And we have nothing left to shoot except he's like, screw it, and tells weapons because he's Helm. He's not captain, but he's like, whatever, throw whatever you have. He's like, I'm down to probes and shoot it. I don't care. Just empty it out. We have nothing left. We were already a little damaged by then because we were already being attacked. We ran out of all this other stuff, and I look at him like, our only weapon left, and I'm doing the engineering, which manages the power and the coolant and everything.
I've played it before. That's usually what I play.
Yeah, and I'm not good at. It's not the one I play all the time, so I'm not the best at this. So this is more amusing just based on this really not being my first. And he's watching because he loves doing that one, so he's always critiquing because what's wrong with you, Geri? And so I'm sitting here going like, I mean, I don't want them to have the benefit of killing us. We're down to just us. I'm going to kill us. Because sometimes we suicide because we just want to end the session. So, well, I know what to do. Turn everything up. So we start overheat, condition everything. And it's all of the ship is turning red in all these places. And then they actually surrendered.
Yeah. We're
because we're going to explode and hurt things.
She's overcharging the warp core. The thing is about to explode, and I think it was Ryan was on comms, and he was
he was captain in comms.
Yeah, so he just sends a message to them to surrender, and for no reason. They do. I mean...
and we're right next to him and about to explode.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you think about it, you're attacking a thing.
Maybe, but
I'm going with that.
We'll go with that, yeah.
Because I'm leaking the smoke out of the place. We're going to explode. They go, let's get away from that.
And then so suddenly, we're not about to die, other than the fact that we're still about to...
We're doing it on our own, yeah.
And then you just watch Geri go, oh shit, and trying to shut everything down.
We're still alive, oh crap. So I managed
because we're still about to explode.
I had done self-destruct, and I managed to pull us back from self-destruct. I'm like, that is the best I've ever done on the station, ever. And he's like, I've never seen you move that fast on that. I'm like, I pulled us back. I kept us from dying. And the one repair crew that was left had 5 out of 6 guys left. And they're like, we can fix one thing slowly at a time. We'll float out here in space because we can't move because nothing is working except that hallway.
Yeah.
That's it. They just happen to be huddled in a hallway, and the only reason they lived. And so then I'm too busy laughing to really keep playing, but TJ just went up to go smoke. So weapons left because we thought we were going to die, and it's like, I got to go home. So half the crew just went, we're still going to die. I'm going to go get a drink, right? And so they disappear, and Ryan's like, I'm going to see what I can do because Ryan's the guy who wanted the level 8 thing anyway. So I wonder if I can take out something else because we got this far. So he comes over and actually starts doing the engineering thing because I had to go get a drink.
After that.
So he comes over and he starts moving the ship around, like sending the crew to specifically fix so it could travel a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Allison.
We're like just limping up around this minefield, and fortunately, even on level 8, the AI is not that smart, so they just come careening into the minefield to get us. We're just like,
Yep. So yeah, it was a pretty good session.
yeah, that was actually just the sheer panic look and wild flailing as you realize we're not about to die, other than you're about to kill us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed playing Artemis. The engineering. I just wake up like an hour after you guys close.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I end up staying up later than I should every Tuesday because it's part of my week now.
Yeah. No, the coffee addiction actually started in high school. I had like horrific insomnia, and so I just wouldn't sleep for a day and a half, and then I'm totally exhausted, but it's 6 o'clock in the morning and I have to go to school, and
I often don't see a point in sleep because then I'm not awake enjoying life. So I kind of developed I don't sleep that much, but occasionally life is like you're still a human. So I end up in that same situation.
I appreciate life and that there is things to do. I really fucking like sleep. I just don't get a lot of it. So yeah, I like, because I either get like 4 hours or 16 hours. There's like nothing in between. That is what I sleep. I either sleep for like 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4.
Kind of if I drink, I sleep way less.
Same, yeah.
Like I wake up, I'm like, I need water, and then I can't go back to sleep. Or I need water and junk food and whatever.
It's funny, a couple weeks ago at work, I like came and I clocked on, I went to the vending machine, and I didn't realize the sounds that were coming out of me at the moment, because I wake up and I like lay in bed like for like 20 minutes, and then I like in a 10-minute period put all my clothes on, run out the door, and like race to work. Clock on, just time. I went to the vending machine, and the guy next to me getting something out of the vending machine next to me, because I was getting a fucking energy drink, because it's 5:28 in the morning and I need to start drinking those. He's like, he looks at me, he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I woke up, because I was like, then I realized that I was at the vending machine. I'm like,
oh, dude, trust I'm in my 40s now, so like my entire life now just comes with sound effects that no one told me about. Like I get up and I'm like, what the hell am I making sounds for? I'm like,
they're involuntary grunts.
Yeah, I remember getting so annoyed with my mom because she like, my dad's like not the same state of, he's fine, but mom had all those noises. I'm like, why can you not do that?
Can you just not make sound? You're just walking. Like,
you have to breathe.
I feel like you said that. Like, I feel like I've heard you say that.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Not to me, but I heard it.
I'm a bitch.
Yeah, making a pot of coffee in the morning now involves a fucking soundtrack. And I'm like, and you don't realize it until you hear it, and then you're like, why am I making these
Or
sounds?
until someone says, are you okay?
What's wrong? You're like, I'm fine. No, it's all right. Shit. Yeah. I don't know.
I like how you say that, like it's because you're in your 40s, whereas Lisa is not in her 40s.
I'm Darwin's grab bag of body parts, and like those don't have a good warranty on them for lasting that long. Yeah,
yeah. Like by the same token,
I'm filled with a bunch of Chinese aftermarket parts. Basically, is what I'm built out of.
Okay.
I was just going to. Well, no, it won't matter. That's fine. We'll go with that.
Okay.
We'll go with that. Right. I'm in my 40s. You've just got 40 years of wear and tear. The only thing more horrifying than a horse is if horses were predators. Like,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No. They are giant, insane, vicious animals. And. Like, no, I
so funny because I never hear the same kind of opinion from anyone else about horses.
Right.
But I heard him have this opinion adamantly.
So the most we ever had at one time was 12. And no.
See, my cousins had like 4 or 6 or something, but they paid someone to come in and do the shoots.
People that
they did eventually learn to do their own stuff, but that became like a job for her instead. I think
shoeing a horse is floating their teeth. No. Like you. So horses' teeth just grow, in the wild or whatever. They'll chew on bark and shit like that. And otherwise, you have to get in there, shove a file in their mouth, and file their teeth down.
Kind of like dogs' nails that aren't getting worn down. And
it's like guinea pigs; their teeth just grow.
Yeah, and so it's called floating. I don't know why it's called floating, but they call it floating their teeth. And well, as you can imagine, these giant beasts do not enjoy having a rasp shoved in their mouth.
Right.
Unless they're into that kink.
Yeah. Some of them are, whatever.
I'm not going to kink shame a horse.
So you get bit, and I don't know. I just, I fucking hate horses. I fucking hate them. You get these people like, they're majestic animals. I'm like, you've never owned one. You go and you ride them, or, well, I own 3 horses. I board them over here. No, you don't own a horse at that point. You just rent one on the weekends.
Yeah, my cousin's family, they at least had their own in their place, so they had to take care of that.
Yeah.
The shoeing and that kind of care, they had someone, I think, come in to do that. But I think over time I think my aunt started.
Well, I mean, it depends on what kind of shoes you're doing. If you're hot shoeing them, you get a farrier to come in and handle that. But like clipping their hooves and picking them out and floating teeth and giving them their shots and all of that, and which my mom was studied to be a vet, which is why I do all of my own stitches and surgeries.
Right. Yes.
Only on one side of your body.
Because if it's on the right side, because I can't do stitches left-handed, I make my mom do it. Except for she won't do it anymore because she's old and her hands shake, and
So you need to start teaching even.
I know. I was
gonna say you just need to teach some I know how to sew.
It's pretty much the same
down,
thing.
right? Yeah.
Well, when Metz needed me to break and reset his finger.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, he was like, I need to get this. I can do that. I don't know. It's a thing.
Somehow I hadn't heard about that, but it seems very.
I remember being.
That sounds like that makes sense. Yeah,
I'm like, you should go to the doctor for that. And TJ's like, nah, you don't need to go to a doctor for that. I'll take care of that for you.
Old world medicine for you. I'll just do it upright. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, that scar there. Yeah, that was the one where we discovered you should never do stitches with mint dental floss.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You can use regular dental floss. And
Yeah.
you just pull the threads out till you get them thin enough.
I'm assuming cinnamon would also equally.
I would imagine, but I will tell you.
Yeah, I think cinnamon you might have naturally gone, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Mint, I can see
It would just.
it soothes, right?
Yeah,
It's cooling.
You know, I was just like, put the bones back in and then stitch it up, and then it was just like 3 days later, it still was like, oh my god, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, that's probably one of the worst breaks I ever got, and that was just me and my brother goofing around, like just, wrestling, goofing off, and he just grabs my hand and just goes like that, snaps it right there in the middle, just completely, and, breaks it, and the bone just
Compound fracture.
Oh, yeah. Like, just, yeah. We just stuck it back together and stitched it.
Was that one of those moments where you say, don't tell mom? Or
Oh, no, she had to do the
She
stitching.
actually did that? Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
a lot of times we'd be like, siblings hurt each other. Generally, siblings get in fights. It's like,
Oh, yeah, no, there were plenty of don't
yeah,
tell mom.
Yeah, okay. So I'm like, how much did you learn by that?
You know, that
Maybe
was-
she used the mint on purpose.
she might have.
This'll teach you.
There are times when I realize I might have had a fucked up child. I don't really think I had it in my head. I'm like, I might have had a fucked up child.
Yeah, those moments where you're like, would I tell everyone this and they're looking at me weird?
I get that all the time.
It's like, what? That?
Yeah, like a compound fracture. Could have lost my finger. No, we just, my mom put the bones back together, sewed it up, and
and-
we just taped it all together, and there you go.
Right, and
Like,
no one else had that particular same experience.
people are like, you didn't go to a hospital? I'm like, no. Could you not afford it? Actually, I think we could have. Actually, we probably could have.
Yeah, back then insurance was better.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, like,
Shit was cheaper.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's when she was working.
Yeah, that was
She was
30
working.
years ago or something.
Right,
so
yeah, she was
affordable.
working for Physio Control, she designed the Life Pack 9, which was a portable defibrillator. I mean, I'm like, yeah, she had really good insurance. Like, yeah, no, that was not a...
But, life skills. You ready for the apocalypse?
I am ready for the apocalypse. Walk it off, you're good. You're good.
But my leg's broken. I can't walk it off.
You need a, yeah. Oh, my Jesus. So this.
I like how you lower your voice like you're saying something privately, even though there's a microphone
Right. So in my father's defense, he was in shock and just emotional turmoil and everything. But when my brother was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer, my dad's legitimate first reaction was that Zach just needed a better diet and some more exercise.
It's funny what denial
He was
is.
Scandinavian,
He was
though.
just,
Yeah.
I get it, he was panicked and he didn't
Yeah.
know what else to do, but I
Yeah.
was like, you can't just walk it off.
Yeah. No, I was raised with the walk it off mentality for a lot of stuff, which meant a lot of stuff just wasn't going to go treated because you just walk it off and eventually it's just going to hurt. Whatever, just keep going. But yeah, I kind of was surprised when my mom got cancer and actually went and got treatment. I was like, you actually going to a doctor? Like repeatedly and actually getting, this is new.
Yeah,
That's weird. That's not what I was raised with.
yeah, like, so, yeah. my dad and his meds, that was always impressive. So he's got his whole little pill trays full of everything that he's supposed to take in the morning and everything he's supposed to take in the evenings, and then you're like, but it's Wednesday and most of these from Sunday and Monday and Tuesday are still full. Well, yeah, but I took 2 of these yesterday. I was like,
That's not how that works.
but you're supposed to take 4 of them every day.
Yep.
Whatever.
So he had them on a whim?
Yeah, he'd take whichever pills he felt like, when he felt like them. Yeah. Yeah, and then, then would bitch because they chopped his legs off. I'm like, well, you didn't take your heart medication. It could only circulate so much. It was...
They gave up on that part.
He saved a lot on shoes. I got to give him lots of shit after they amputated both of his legs because, now he was the shortest one in the family. We did. I gave him tons of shit. What was he going to do? Run me down? I go up a flight of stairs. Every time he'd get, lippy, my mom would just, threaten to take him halfway home. Just push him out the front door, and then, so my brother had built like this makeshift ramp thing, on their front stairs. But, it was fairly light, so she just, I'll push you out the door and just lift the ramp up. Loving, supportive family. No, we can. I don't.
It's honestly, it's amazing.
What? He's dead. He's not going to get offended.
I've seen so many people turn to morbid sense of humor when they're trying to get through something, though. It's coping mechanism. That's really normal.
I mean, I don't know. We have a unique. My family is It's not dysfunctional. It's just
Not functional.
It's fairly functional. We're just kind of fucked up.
The fact that they keep maintaining connection, that's the only reason it's not dysfunctional, because it's functioning somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, so when my nephew was in his car wreck,
right.
I mean, me and my mom were sitting around with my sister talking about how we got to get him, since they have to reconstruct his face, let's get him a picture of me. Since my face has been, is entirely plastic, that way I can finally look like somebody I'm related to, Yeah. People in the ER were like, oh. Like, fuck you, you don't have a plastic face. That's fair. So if you liked our video, subscribe to us. If you don't like our video, then still like our video and subscribe to us. You could put things in the comments, but rule of the internet, never read the comments. So write something, we'll never see it.
You just put your head back and go, ow! You gotta have like the octopus arm like waving in the ocean, like tongue motion going while you're like doing the soul eating gargling.
Line.